Good day, or good evening. It's me again, Manuel, and this is my beautiful wife, Christy.
Hello, welcome to today's mobility session.
We've been really loving all the feedback. I've been getting some private message and a lot of notes from people saying how much they've been enjoying these weekly mobility workouts. And they're fantastic, aren't they? Like I know it does my body great. I feel far less achy, far less pain. I actually find I recover a lot better in between workouts as well. And it's a meditation moment as well, right? It's an opportunity to be more mindful of just our body and the sensations we're feeling. So,
I love the fact when you get to be guided through it. I know I should stretch, but when someone's telling me to switch, I can just really feel each movement and not have to think what's next. So
Absolutely.
We're going to guide you guys through 25 minutes. There's a whole handful of movements. We'll transition slowly and with proper form, but we just get to feel great at the end of this.
And that truck noise in the background will be gone in a minute.
I don't even know if you can hear it. You're
might
going to
not be
hear
able to hear it.
roosters,
We
you're going to
can
hear
hear it.
motorbikes, everything. We're going to play some acoustic music today.
Yes, we will.
And hi Trilby, I know
Hey,
a lot of you
Trilby.
guys watch
Awesome.
the replay. If you are joining us live at any point in time, anytime you see us go live, just hop on the floor, just get involved right then and there.
This is all part of our series in the RBT Shred, our 6-week lifestyle program. Notice that I say lifestyle because, again, people are like, well, you start on a fixed date, but when you end it, is the program done? I'm like, no, you're still alive, you're living. Like, you really have to figure out strategies that you can apply to life every day to improve body, mind, and spirit. And there's going to be some nutrition strategies, there's going to be some meditation strategies for stress management, and ultimately there's going to be some personal development strategies as well. So the workouts are just one of the aspects of this fairly comprehensive program, and it's a journey that you start whenever you want to start it, right? But it never ends. It doesn't. And so we're here to guide you through it, and this is just one of those weekly touches that we love to put forward to really help you. So get yourself a mat or a towel, throw it down on the ground, and just join us for the next 25 minutes as we guide you through a full body mobility routine. And this is something that I would recommend you save this video, just earmark it. I don't know if you know how to do that, but you just simply hit save on the little tab and it'll put it into your save section on Facebook. Reference this anytime that you're feeling a little bit achy, a little bit pain, or maybe you want to take an active rest day. This is something you can just put on while you're watching a movie, watching TV. Literally sit down and go through this routine. Your body will feel great. And it's not something you just do once a week. Even though that's better than nothing, I'd recommend 2 or 3 times a week you implement a minimum 15 to 30 minute mobility strategy. It will make a fantastic improvement in all aspects of your life, but especially your ability to move and move well, especially as we're aging, right? Because that's so important. So anyways, let's do this, right?
All right.
Okay.
Hi Melissa, thanks for joining live. Okay, get into position. I'll reposition the camera.
I got my new pants. You guys see my new pants? These, I love these things. I love them. My friend Yancey inspired me. He's Mr. Yogi. And so I got these nice yogi pants. I love them. They're so comfy. It's like I get to walk around in pajamas all the time. Hey, Trilby. Oh,
Ah. I'm
all
trying
right.
to-
We good?
It
So
looks-
we got our timer. We're going to get that ready to go.
Okay, I don't know if they can see.
All
You
right,
guys can
we're
see?
just positioning the camera to make sure you guys can see it. I think you can hear me. If you guys can hear me, you hear me? Just give us a little thumbs up, a little heart action. I don't care, smiley face. Whatever you want. Just give us something so we know that you're tuning in right now. All right, perfect.
Where do I put this?
That goes around the little cup there. That little round thing, the handle. Perfect. Awesome. All right, guys, let's do this. We got 25 minutes of all-out awesomeness. And we're going to be starting today with a seated squat. So we're going to just do it at the beginning. We're also going to do it at the end because I want you to feel how the body improves with only 25 minutes of work. Right? So we're going to start in an air squat. So put your feet maybe shoulder width apart, hip width apart, depends on your ability, your mobility. We're going to keep our weight in the heels. You can pigeon toe your toes out slightly to allow you more mobility in the hips. But we're going to pivot, okay? Literally hinge at the hip as we move our weight down, right? We want to try to get the hips somewhat below the knee crease if you can. If you can't, go to where you can go. Nice proud chest, weight in the heels. Press those knees out as you're down in the squat position. We're going to be down here for about another 90 seconds. While you're in this position, if you like, put those elbows on the inside of your knee. Press them out. All right? That gives you a little bit more stretch in the groin area and the hip area. Lots of deep breathing, right? I like to breathe in deep through my nose and then exhale. And just notice, be mindful of where you're feeling the tension in your body right now. You might be feeling it in the lower back. If you have a job where you're spending a lot of the day sitting and you don't have a strategy to offset all that sitting with some good positive movement and mobility and range of motion exercises, you will be feeling your lower back. I'll tell you that right now. You probably carry a lot of stress in your shoulders and your upper back as well, which may be causing stress headaches. So these are all little movements that we're going to do today that can help alleviate a lot of that. But if you don't do it, you don't take action, you just got to own your situation, right? All right, we got another 20 seconds. And then we're just going to be doing a forward bend to offset this deep squat. Give ourselves a little bit of a breather. Let the hips open up again. And I'll be just standing up and literally letting our gravity pull us toward the ground, our upper body. And I'll walk you through that in a second here. I swear, Chris, you could sit like this for hours.
No.
All right, so let's come out of that. Literally right now, let's keep the feet where they're positioned, pointing the toes in front. We're going to hinge at the hips again, bringing that chest down towards the floor. Let the hands just dangle. Gravity is now going to pull us towards the floor. Yeah. You don't need to lock your knees out. Keep a slight bend. So it's right before they actually lock out. And that's where you want to be. And as you're bending forward, you might be feeling a stretch in the lower back. You might be feeling the hamstrings, maybe behind the knees. Usually, wherever you need it is where you feel it. Okay? So it's all good. It's not a matter of doing it right or wrong. Just a matter of putting your body under some nice stretch tension and just breathe into it. Notice it. Feel it. After this, we'll be going into a downward dog. Great work, everybody. 5 seconds. We can start transitioning now. Come on up. Move yourself a little bit further back on the mat. We're going to now put our hands on the floor, start to walk it forward slightly. Now you're going to try to pull that head down in between the arms while you're at the same time pressing your heels into the mat. If you can't make the feet flat on the ground, don't worry. You probably feel a nice stretch in the Achilles. All good. Really aim to try to create a nice triangle. Christy looks great. Look at that. Look at those lines. She's so good at this one. Me, not so much. This has always been one that I've really struggled with. But it feels good to work it. Good. We got 15 seconds left, and then we're going to go to a puppy pose. One of my favorites. All right, come on out of that. We're going to bring our knees right down to the floor. Let those feet stretch out behind you, right? Top of the foot up on the mat. We're now going to sit back. All right, you can either sit back onto those heels while stretching the upper body out, bringing the chin down towards the floor. You're probably going to feel a stretch in behind your shoulders, a little bit in the upper back region as well, in between those shoulder blades. If you want to make more of a pronounced stretch, you can also do this from a more upright position, like you see Christy right now. Or you can go for that right angle, so the butt's straight up in the air, and I'm really bringing my chest in towards the floor while extending those arms. Lots of deep breathing, okay? From this one, we're going to go into the cat stretch. So we have 1 more minute in the puppy pose. We're all about cats and dogs here, huh? I like it. Deep breathing.
Feels so good.
You couldn't hear what Christy just said? She says it feels so good. We have 30 seconds left in the puppy pose. Keep breathing. Just enjoy the stretch. come out of that, we're going to come to all four on the floor. All right, you want those knees about hip width apart. You want the hands about shoulder width apart. Really press into the floor with those hands and fingers sprawled. We're now going to inhale, pulling the belly button in as we arch the back all the way up. Let the head just naturally drop, okay? We're going to hold for 15 seconds. Okay, release. Bring that head back up. Let it relax. We're going to do one more hold for 15 seconds. Ready, and go. Arching that back up. Sucking the belly button in. Feel that stretch.
3, 2, 1. Downward dog.
Release. Great work. So, again, hands down the ground. Back up. Into that downward dog position again. Really press those heels into the floor. A little bit more than last time, right? Feel that stretch behind the calves. Feel the stretch in your Achilles. It's all good. You're probably feeling it in the shoulders, a little bit in the lower and mid back. It's all good. Remember, wherever you're feeling it is where you need it. Do you feel it right here, Christy? How about right here? How about right here? Right here. Good. 20 seconds left, and then we'll be moving into our iguana pose. Left side iguana. Iguana. Great work, everybody. Deep breathing. Keep those breaths happening.
3, 2, 1.
Good work.
Left side iguana.
We're now going to bring that left foot up. Oops. My pants. Oh, these ones aren't as stretchy as I thought they were. Oh, I can't do that yet.
Right. Get to a plank position. And pull your left foot up by your left hand best you can.
Uh-oh. I'll be right back. You can change our pants. They're not working today.
Press those knees out, weights on the outer part of your foot. And your back foot is, your back leg is flat. I don't know if you can see that in the video. Resting that knee. Really opening up this whole inner, your groin area, your hip flexors. Flex that glute. You're extremely mobile. You can get down onto your lower forearms. You're good?
Perfect. Better. Didn't realize the pants aren't as stretchy as I thought they were going to be down there. It was just more for looks, not so much for function. Or might be my quads are a little too big.
I think you just
I think
have
it's
an
more for that.
odd-shaped body.
All right, odd shaped. That's good. Thanks for giving me compliments. No. All right, so when you're from here, notice that you probably feel a nice stretch in that rear hip flexor. That's great. In this left side, you might be feeling it in the hips and the glutes a little bit. If you like, press that knee out a little bit more while trying to maintain the heel pressed into the floor. Now, if you like, to make a little bit deeper of a stretch on this, because we have about another minute left of holding this position before we move to the other side, you can start to bring those elbows down towards the floor, right? You're going to notice that you get a bit of a deeper stretch. I notice it a little bit more in my groin area and in the hip area, which is where I need it most. Remember, when you're down in this position, keep continuing to focus on your breathing. Deep in, deep out. Be mindful. Notice the sensations in your body, where you're feeling the tension, where you're feeling a little bit of that stress. Appreciate it. Notice it. Give it the attention it's due. Really focus as you breathe. 30 seconds left. I feel like we're in an elevator. 20 seconds.
Three, two, one.
Awesome.
Left side side kneeling.
As you
hamstring
come up,
stretch.
we're just going to sit back on that right leg while we extend this left leg forward. Point the toes away. We're going to let gravity help us with this one. We're just going to let the upper body fold over that left leg. Position your hands, straddling the leg. And as you sit in on this, you're going to notice a nice stretch in the hamstring, that left hamstring right now. So it's a nice kneeling hamstring stretch. It's really cool because you control the intensity by either allowing more of your body weight to flow down towards the leg or not. You can also control it with your hands on the mat, right? So again, work within your ability, whatever feels right.
Erica's digging the tunes.
Everyone's digging the tunes, yeah?
Erica, hello. Hi, Carla.
What floor are you getting off on?
Hi, Marie. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Nicole, Trilby.
All right.
Great job, ladies.
3, 2, 1.
Let's come on out of
Right
that.
side iguana.
We're going to switch legs now. The right leg springs forward, left leg back. Keep those toes pointing away on the left side. Want this right foot, you want those toes pointing straight ahead. And you want nice square hips as well. Position your hands either right beside the foot or maybe a little bit in front. You're going to notice a nice stretch in that rear hip flexor, your left hip flexor area right now, or your psoas as they say. Again, if you spend a lot of time sitting, and especially if you're a runner and you don't do a lot of stretching, you will be feeling this right now. It's all good. Remember, if you want to increase the intensity a little bit more in the hips, you can take that right hand, put it on the inside of the right knee, press out slightly, while still maintaining that weight through the heel. And remember, deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Mindful of what you're feeling. Pay attention to the sensations. Appreciate the fact that you can actually feel those sensations. It's your body telling you stuff, right? And I think a lot of us learn to avoid or ignore some of the signs. And we do it for a long time, to the point where it backfires or the body starts screaming at us until it gets our attention. I've been guilty of this. I have had some pretty gnarly injuries in the past, and they could have been avoided. I know they could have. All right, we have another 90 seconds. So if you want to start to increase the intensity on this one, we can start to bend down a little bit lower. Maybe bringing those forearms down towards the mat.
Just like
Look at you, Mr. Bendy.
Bendy!
Bendy, Bendy. A few months back, you could not do that.
I couldn't do this a few months ago. Just goes to show you a little bit of consistent effort.
Seeing your glute back.
That's right.
Hip flex.
I still got a little bit of groin issue right now, my left side, which I'm still working through, but trust me, 3 months ago I could not do this. I'm actually back to doing squats again. It's amazing. It feels so
Just
good.
squats. You mean weighted squats.
Weighted squats, sorry, yes. Okay, we got another 40 seconds. Big breaths. Twenty seconds. And then we're going to be going to the right side, kneeling hamstring stretch, right? Just like what we did on the left side about a minute ago, going to the right side. You can start to transition out of this. Come up nice and easy. Let the body sort of sit back, fall back on that left side.
1. Right side kneeling hamstring stretch.
Remember, we want the hands straddling that forward leg, that right leg right now. You're going to notice your right foot's on the heel, point the toes away from you, all right? And as you start to let that upper body fold over top of that right leg, using your hands, you can control how much of a stretch that you get. You know, you literally create the intensity or alleviate it by adjusting how much weight you allow to fold forward. I like to keep the knees slightly bent. It's not fully locked out, it's slightly bent. You just pay attention. Where are you feeling it right now? Right behind the knee? Are you feeling it up closer to the groin area? Are you feeling it right in the middle of that belly of your hamstring? Where are you feeling it? 15 seconds. And then we'll be transitioning into a downward dog again for a minute.
3, 2, 1.
Good.
Downward
right leg back, get onto your knees, hands forward. We're gonna spring up, fire those hips up into the air. Pressing those knees down in between the arms. Trying to press our heels into the floor, into the mat. Deep breathing. We got 20 seconds left. And then we'll be doing a kneeling ankle stretch.
Three, two, one.
All right.
And ankle stretch.
Down to your knees. Bring those knees together. We're going to put the tops of our feet behind us, flat, toes pointing away. Going to sit back, okay, onto those heels. Now notice if you're feeling a big stretch in the front of your legs, those shin areas and your ankles, if you don't have quite the mobility right now, it's all good. Sit back to where you can go, just to create a bit of a stretch. If you feel like you're quite flexible there, we're just going to sit back a little bit more on those areas. You may feel a bit of a stretch in your quadriceps, those front leg muscles, but primarily we're really focusing on the stretch on our ankles right now. Remember, deep breathing.
You don't want to be shrugging your shoulders.
Nice and relaxed.
Nice and relaxed.
Relax, Christine. Relax.
Left side pigeon pose.
All right side pigeon pose. So let's bring those hands forward. If you like, I tend to go up into sort of a downward dog, and then we bring that right knee up by that right wrist. All right? And depending on your mobility, you bring that right foot up almost to the point where it might be perpendicular. Perpendicular? You know what I mean. Anyways, parallel, yes, thank you. Good. And we want to keep those hips square forward, right? We don't want to be all sort of askew and slightly out of alignment, because that can create some other complications, and not so much complications as more discomfort than anything. We're trying to really get the body working the proper movement patterns, right? The way it's meant to be moving.
Typically your glute is not rested on the ground for most people, so you don't have that mobility.
Nope. I tend to feel this one in my left groin area as well as my right glute, which is typically what you should be feeling it. If you want to try to get a bit more intensity, obviously you can sort of sit back on that right glute area, almost like you're trying to push it in towards the floor, and you probably feel a deeper stretch. So it's really in the outside of your hip, sort of where that capsule is, right? You can bring those forearms down to the ground. You can even just sort of sprawl down. But just sort of learn to love this stretch. This is one you could actually do for several minutes on end. I've heard of people doing it for a long time. I don't know how to quantify that, but I'm talking like excess of 20 minutes. Any sort of stretch that's more than 5 minutes, I consider as a long time. But we have another 20 seconds, and then we're going to go to our left side pigeon pose. Oh yeah, I did it. Anyways, it's all good. I don't have my lefts from rights. Okay, let's start to transition out of this. Up to your hands.
Right side pigeon pose.
I like to come up to this sort of downward dog for a second just to release. And then we're gonna bring that left knee forward towards that left wrist. I'm gonna have to reposition my leg a little bit here. Good, remember we want the hips nice and square forward. Feel that stretch. I feel this quite a bit in my left glute area, which is perfect. It's what I need to stretch. My hips and my glutes. Gluteus maximus. I'm telling you, if I was a Spartan warrior, my name would be Gluteus maximus. I think it would be great.
And that someone thought you'd be Robot.
No.
It needs to have an Iximus on it.
Maximus.
Maximus.
But my friends call me Gluteus. All right, we got another minute. It's good.
You do fill out jeans for.
I
boys
do.
with
I
glutes.
squat.
Yeah.
I got a booty. Got Gotta love the commentary. The longer we stretch, the weirder our conversations become.
All right, we're 1 minute remaining. If you want to lower down for the pigeon pose. Anyone else have the inner thigh? You would run through pants so quickly.
Oh, I know. It's awful.
Like butt fills out the jeans, and then the inner thigh would just.
It would always blow out the seams. It's awful. Because the
Beautiful.
thighs rubbing. Thighs rubbing. If you think about it, because of my thighs rubbing, that very first Tough Mudder, it's actually how we discovered I had an autoimmune disease. Sort of. It was the trigger. The turning point. For my Canadian friends, it was a TSN turning point.
So there you go. There's a positive thigh rub. Saves your life.
That's right. Everything happens for a reason. We just have to seek the meaning. What do all those things mean? Have you guys read The Alchemist? Have you read The Alchemist? I think I ask this a lot, but if you haven't read it, add it to your next book to read.
Slowly transition. We're doing a forward bend, but you can continue talking about
All right.
The Alchemist.
The Alchemist. This is great. So we're going to come up. We're going to do our forward bend. Remember that at the beginning? Feet right underneath our hips. We're going to hinge at the hips, bending forward. Try to keep the knees soft so they're not fully locked out, just a little bit of a bend. We're again hanging. Now be very mindful. Notice the difference from the first forward bend that you did at the beginning, about 20 minutes ago, to where you are now. I guarantee if you followed along with us, you're feeling a massive difference, a big improvement, probably a lot less back discomfort, your hamstrings are feeling looser, you're probably feeling more relaxed, just feeling better. I want you to pay attention to that feeling of being better. Because all it took was 20 minutes to shift. Now is it 20 minutes of your time, and look at what you've accomplished. It's the power of learning how to leverage time to get you the result that you want, which ultimately is improved happiness, as well as improved body function,
3,
improved health.
2, 1.
Good.
Foundation squat.
All right, we got 2 minutes left. We're going to now go back to the squat that we started with. So remember, we have those feet, maybe about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider. We're going to hips away, proud chest. We're going to sit down into that squat. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling so good in this position right now.
You're actually way deeper.
I know, it's crazy.
Weight in the heels, wiggle those toes. Strong, straight torso.
Proud chest. You want your core engaged. So imagine if I was to come through the screen right now and flick you like this on your belly. You would go whoop. You would brace. You would create a brace. It's just instinctively we do that.
I can't reach you.
You can't reach me. There's purpose there. So you get that. I want you to create that little bit of a brace and get really good at engaging that brace frequently. It's what allows you to maintain a healthy back, a healthy posture, right? But it also protects our body. So much strength comes from this midsection. We call it the midline. And midline stability is very important. If you don't have midline stability, you are in an area where you can create a lot of issues. And when I say issues, it's just your chances of injury increase drastically. So a lot of the movements that we use in the RBT Shred are very purposeful. They're meant to improve core line stability, midline stability, as well as really focusing on a lot of the functional movements that require little small muscle groups that we often neglect, right? And so there's a lot of rhyme and reason to everything that we program in our workouts. And all you gotta do is join us and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. So if you haven't joined the next RBT Shred, make sure you join. We still have spaces remaining. The next one kicks off in a few weeks, but we always know that we'll fill out. RBTshred.com. No, it's like 3.5 weeks now. 3.5 weeks. It comes up quick.
2, 1. Your time is
Awesome.
complete.
Don't you? If you
Oh, we did
really notice
it.
that when you get so comfortable in this down bend, I feel like I could stay here all day. I just sit here all day and just talk to you. Maybe I'll do my dying fives like this from now on. Just be talking to you like this.
It'll make you precise the message, that's for sure.
I don't know. I can
Keep
stay down
your
there for a
messages
while.
tight. Great job, everybody. Well done. Well done. Let's bring you up
That was fantastic, everyone. You should be feeling amazing right now. And that's literally just a little bit over 20 minutes. And you did it. You got to celebrate that. Celebrate the
job.
fact you just did it. You know, I love Nike's slogan, just do it. It is very positive. It's very cool. It's all about taking the initiative and just going and making it happen. But I think what really needs to be celebrated is the fact that we just did it. You know, the fact that we checked that off the list. We actually moved ourselves forward, both physically and literally, but also from, well, metaphorically, you know, speaking. Every day you have an opportunity to move yourself forward in life. You do. You can do things that empower you to live the life that you most want to be living, to have the level of happiness and health and confidence that you truly want. You deserve it. Every day you have a choice. Are you choosing you? I hope you are. And if you're not, well, you better come start working with Christy and I, because we're going to shift how you think. And it will be amazing. So be sure to reach out to us. If you have any questions on anything that we've talked about today, just reach out to us. You can shoot us a private message or comment on this feed. Other than that, have a fantastic day. Have a great evening for those back there. And those watching this on the replay, hey, make today special.
Great job, Erica and Melissa. Scott, oh my gosh, all these people. Doug, welcome, welcome. Thanks, guys. Oh, someone agrees with your gluteus maximus.
Gluteus maximus.
What would my Spartan name be? I don't know.
Let's see here.
Pigeon pose. Hi, Katie. Man, we can't
Peter.
get through all of these. Sorry.
We've been scrolling for a while.
But
there's a lot of people. Hello, everyone.
We'll look
It's
in
great.
the feed after. But thank you for joining us. And the next one is Friday evening, Western time, Saturday morning over here in Bali.
Oh, and
you get to sweat it out.
Yeah, and hey, you know what? If you know people that have come to you and said, man, my back hurts. Oh, my hips hurt. My feet hurt. Whatever. It's really easy to just complain about all the issues that we have. Listen, I know that. But we can actually be proactive and do something about it. I encourage you, share this video with them. Tag your friends, share it with them. Just it's a 25-minute guided session that I know if people follow it, they're gonna get results, they're gonna feel better. So it's in all of us to share it. So please make sure to share it with them, and we'd love to help them out if we can. So that's
Gotta
it.
meet the community.
That's
You're
it.
the secret sauce. Love to you all. Thanks for being a part of this, and we will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye, buddy. Peace.